Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who. This is the Time Meddler Part 4. If you want the full uncut and edited reaction, you can head over to Patreon, listed in the description below, where you can get up to Part 4 of The War Machines. Yeah, so last episode we ended up finding another TARDIS. Really excited to see this episode. I did want to record it a little earlier, but I had to get my Pfizer second vaccine and fainted, and yeah, so just had to wait a little longer for this. But hopefully it shouldn't be too long between episodes on YouTube at the moment, because I am doing some catching up. Yeah, so I don't think there's much more to be said. Hopefully this episode is good. I really enjoyed the last one. First two episodes were a bit slow though. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into this episode. Obviously they decided to keep the same console. I'm surprised they didn't try and change things up a little bit.
And what are they for? All right then. They're a signal for King Hadrada and the Viking fleet.
I see.
They'll think there's a landing place. They'll come in unsuspecting. And then,
Well, out with it.
I'm going to destroy them.
Yeah, they could have moved the controls in different places.
Come take a look at this. He's got a sort of fantastic private collection.
And listen to this. Put £200 in a London bank in 1968, nipped forward 200 years, and collected a fortune in compound interest.
Now that would be cool.
So
that is the sort
You're
of
a
thing
time
I would
meddler.
do.
No wonder you wanted to get rid of me. And what are you trying to get up to this time?
I'm sure you'll approve, Doctor.
Are you quite mad? You know as well as I do the golden rule about space and time traveling. Never interfere with the course of history.
And who says so? Doctor, it's more fun my way. I can make things happen ahead of their time.
He seems a bit more like what I would classify
You really believe the ancient Britons could
maybe
have
the
built
new
Stonehenge
Doctor,
without the aid
not
of my
doctors do.
anti-gravitational lift?
And what mischief are you up to now?
Mischief? No. A master plan to end all master plans. Viking.
Sort of reminds me a bit of what Giles said in school reunion to the Doctor, about the Doctor being such radical yet trying to maintain order.
Here? Safer than being outside. Unless you prefer to meet the Saxons again.
They wouldn't take us so easily this time, nor would we be hampered by the mead.
Maybe not. But I'll choose the monks. And whatever treasure may be stored inside these walls. Treasure.
It's always greed that
Well, here we are.
trips people up.
That's my time ship.
Oh, so that's it. Have a look at this great wonder. Yes, well, tell me, how does one exactly get into this sarcophagus? Hammer and chisel?
This way, Doctor. Oh, mind your head.
I wonder if they ever repaired the chameleon circuit, even temporarily, for the TARDIS in Classic Who. Obviously in New Who they haven't. I mean, that being said, I do love the police box.
Troy Viking fleet, Norman landing, Battle of Hastings.
Yes, I remember very well, yes. It so happens that I was there at the time.
You
My
parked
dear,
it.
I may appear a little half-witted at times, but
Doctor!
oh,
The tide came in.
oh, is that all, my child?
Well, isn't that enough?
The water cannot affect the TARDIS. It won't wash away. It'll still be there when the tide goes down. Now stop fretting, my dear. Well, I must confess, I do congratulate you. It's a splendid machine. Although I do note there's been quite a few changes. Oh, yes, indeed, Doctor. In fact, this one is fitted with the automatic drift control. Oh, I see. Yes, of course.
Automatic drift
thereby
control.
you can suspend yourself in space with absolute safety. Precisely, Doctor. By the way,
That's
I
cool.
tried to get into your police box, but the door was locked. What type's yours, Doctor? Mind your own business.
Oh, the Doctor's very sensitive
Yes,
about
I
the
regret
TARDIS.
that we do, but I would say that I am 50 years earlier. Now,
Vikings?
yes, yes, I was. If I didn't, what are we going to do with this fellow? What can we do with this man? He's utterly irresponsible.
Well, the Doctor's pretty irresponsible as well.
History.
Stephen!
Oh, Stephen. That wasn't very smart.
Ha! Long live King Hadrada! Those are your enemies. There, quick!
Very good. I'm really enjoying the acting by all members on
Come along
this
if we want to send signals to
story.
your ships. We mustn't delay like this, you know.
What are these things?
They're charms, my son, to guide your ships to sheltered waters. Come along. I know you don't understand, but believe me, your ships will know they're there.
Don't know how to tie knots.
Looks as though that monk's going to get away with it after all.
Yes, but he can't, can he? I mean, I don't know much about history, but I do know that William the Conqueror did win the Battle of Hastings.
Till now he did. If the monk changes it, I suppose our memories will change as well.
What about the history books?
That's all right, they're not written yet. They'll just write and print the new version.
But that means that the exact minute, the exact second that he does it, every history book, well, the whole future of every year and time on Earth will change just like that, and nobody will know that it has.
I suppose that's what I'm trying to say.
Pretty much, yeah. That's really interesting.
More than his time traveling than meets the eye.
Yeah, it's I really like
Been asleep, has it?
that sort of scene there between Vicky and Stephen exploring time and
Why do
the
wait, my dear?
effects that can happen with maybe
Turning over in my
changing
mind What we're
time.
going to do with this monk fellow?
I wonder. Oh no, because the monk could just regenerate, couldn't he, if they killed him?
That's a charming woman. Charming. Well, now you two come along.
So
We've got a lot to do.
she's appeared
Well,
like
what?
in
Should we go back
both
to the TARDIS?
Oh, you know we can't do that.
series.
Miles, not until we stop this
Because
time,
she was
Meddler.
in an unearthly
And I
child,
will use a pencil and paper.
and I think the one that was injured was also in an unearthly
Wait for the machine
child.
and try and find one.
That's okay, Doc. Talk.
Who are you going to write to?
To the monk, of course. Mr. Taylor! Where are you with that string, dear boy?
You are, Doctor. I found
Precious me, come along.
Mr. Taylor.
What's that thing under there,
Now,
Doctor?
keep your nose outside, never mind. Did you hear what I said? Keep your nose away. Do you want to get a shock? This is a very dangerous business. Now, keep still, all of you. Elbow room, please. And keep still.
Interested to see what he's actually done to the TARDIS. Or this TARDIS, I should say.
Ah, there it is. Ha ha! I've done it, I've done it, I've done it.
Well, nothing's happened, Doctor.
Hasn't it? Hasn't it, my dear boy? There it is, my dear. There's the TARDIS. Safe and sound. Didn't I tell you so?
Oh, am I glad to see that old police box again.
Oh, glad indeed. Well, we will start climbing down the cliff and get aboard as soon as we can. There's going to be an invasion shortly.
What, you mean any minute now the Viking fleet's going to sail past here?
Yes, my boy, yes. And history...
I mean, the monk has never really come up as a character in New Who, so it'll be interesting to see if he makes another appearance in Classic Who.
Well, I suppose I'd better be on my way again, too. It's about your master plan. I've taken precautions to stop your time meddling.
Let me guess, he somehow stuck the TARDIS here? Removed something to make it that the TARDIS can't leave this planet? Oh, jeez.
What's he done? He's taken my dimensional control. He's ruined my time machine.
It also reminds me of Flatline a bit.
Marooned! 1066.
Damn, I mean, if you're from the future, well, he's from Gallifrey, being stuck on a planet in this time would be absolutely cruel. But considering what he was trying to do, it's sort of justified. Oh, we got a different ending. This is cool. I really like this ending. My guess is it's because it's the end of the season. Okay, so that was Doctor Who, the Time Meddler Part 4, Checkmate. Really enjoyed that episode. This story is interesting because the first two parts I wasn't really that invested in, yet part 3 and 4 I really was. So I'm going to give this a 7. If parts 3 and 4 would have been like 1 and 2, it probably would have been a 6. So I'm going to give it a 7. I don't think it's an 8. Yeah, I'm going to stick with a 7. But did enjoy this as general. This episode, I really enjoyed the scene between Stephen and Vicky, where they were talking about time and history, and you know, the history books are changing. If he was to destroy the Vikings, their memories would change, and all of that really fascinating. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. This is Vicky's last episode that I'll be seeing her in, simply because I don't have access to any of the telly snap sort of material. Well, I guess I could go on Daily Motion and probably look on there, but as generally, yeah, I don't have access to that. So I'll consider this Vicky's last story, which is a bit sad. I really liked her, and I was, you know, I thought from the Space Museum, the Chase, and this one, she was very much growing on me. Obviously, I'm guessing either the next story, which is the Ark, either it will just be Stephen, because I'm pretty sure he's still in it, from what I've read about upcoming episodes. I saw the name of Peter Burvis, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still in it. Whether we get a new companion, I don't know. But I am certainly looking forward to seeing that. But let's break this one down anyway. We start off, we enter the monk's TARDIS, who is also a Time Lord. We find out that he's a time meddler, per the title of the story anyway. And we find out that he's been going to a lot of different places. You know, he's met Leonardo and sort of introduced him to the idea of flight with that machine that he designed. The Doctor says, he is time meddler, and starts talking about the laws of time, which was interesting to see that. The monk is it's much more fun my way, which is interesting. Sort of what I associate with the New Who Doctor. The Vikings regain consciousness. Then the Doctor and the monk go into the monk's TARDIS. The one that was injured notices the Vikings, runs away. In the TARDIS, Vicky was worried about the Doctor's TARDIS very much being destroyed or washed away. But, the Doctor told her, no, water can't affect the TARDIS. Then we have them discussing the TARDIS itself. This is a Mark IV. And they didn't mention what version the TARDIS is. Have we ever heard the Doctor in New Who mention what version of the TARDIS it is, or has it just been always known as the TARDIS and not really a version being mentioned? Yeah, interesting to know if that's the case, because I can't remember a version of the TARDIS being mentioned in New Who. Doesn't mean it hasn't been. They're discussing about the monk's plan, what they can do with him. The monk escapes. Here, the village, they're talking about the monk being a traitor and all of that. This part was really good. They were talking about time travel and how things can be changed and affected, and it was quite a nice conversation. Here the villagers free the Doctor and chase out the Vikings and the monk. Then we have the Doctor planning on stopping the monk somehow. The Vikings, I believe, are killed. The Doctor's inside the monk's TARDIS, sort of playing with the electronics of the TARDIS, very much the mechanics of the entire thing. Here the Doctor pulls out a circuit from there and leaves a note for the monk. And they go down, find the TARDIS and climb down there. The monk returns to his TARDIS, reads the letter from the Doctor. The Doctor says he's trapped. And then he sees his own TARDIS, which is basically a bit like Flatline, but in reverse. The inside is smaller and the outside is basically normal size, which is pretty cool. Then they leave in the TARDIS and we end off sort of with a different ending with the faces of the Doctor and his companions. Okay, so that was my breakdown of that episode, part 4 of The Time Meddler. I'm going to stick with a 7. Yeah, I don't think there's much more else. My social media accounts, the links to them are in the description below, as well as my Patreon accounts. And yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.